Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Vivadivine on YouTube. This is the Vlog, and in this episode, we'll be catching up and talking about the symptoms and beyond. A lot of people have been asking, how am I doing, where I am now, and I'm going to fill you guys in, and I promise not to giggle or laugh through the entire video. Alright, so let's get started. Well, one of the things that's been really interesting that has happened to me is that, we have these abilities beyond our five senses, and so my hearing is extremely acute. It's scary acute. I can hear all the way out to the ends of the world. However, I can't see. So, in order to read my notes for this video, I need the glasses. Alright, so first of all, on top of the list, the most important thing I would like to say is thank you, because daily, weekly, monthly, I see people that are subscribing. I get questions from people. People are reaching out to me privately, and I just really want to thank you guys, because I just started doing this because I couldn't find anybody like me. And I know a lot of things have happened, especially in the last year, 2016, I get my lingo right. And I wanted to make sure that, we keep talking about these symptoms, and if you're going through them now, reach out to me or watch the other videos and really get accustomed to the beginning process of coming into your spirit. So I just want to say a big, huge thank you, gratitude. It has been an amazing journey so far, and I'm glad that you guys have hung in there with me, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, so, one of the reasons why this channel showed up is because I started having these life changes back in 2011, and these symptoms that I couldn't really find words for until I started digging on the internet, and I found answers. And so I created the video because, I didn't see too many people that looked like Little Black Girl. And I felt like, I didn't want people, especially black women, not to have some kind of reference point to what's happening to them, because you might actually think you're going crazy when you're actually waking up. So that's one of the reasons why I made the video. But then there are things beyond the symptoms that I think we need to start taking a really good look at. It's really easy to get trapped in all the symptoms and all the changes that are coming with the symptoms, but you have to understand that they're important because they're taking you to the next step. And that's what I want to talk about. I can only give my experience as a reference point, okay? So my symptoms subsided. I had a lot of shifting, released a lot of friends and family, but I had to, and the reason why is because my energy was being shifted. My energy was being sifted, really. So all the old baggage that I was holding on to in my etheric body was being released. And so it shifted my energy, and that's why we release friends. That's it. It doesn't mean that you will never see them again. It just means that you are moving on. So beyond my symptoms, things got really interesting. First of all, my purpose expanded. Well, let me go back a little bit. I started walking fully in spirit in 2014, which is basically surrendering. I still was fighting and struggling, trying to do things my way, which, as a spirit, you're allowed your free will, but I was having a lot of struggling, trying to move forward and release and let go of some deeper issues. So I threw my hands up in the air and just completely surrendered. Every decision that was presented to me, I sat with that and I listened to the direction that my spirit was leading me. And that essentially helped me to move on even faster. and get to the unfolding of my purpose in life, which has really blossomed in the last 3 years. And we'll talk about that in a minute. One of the things that I also have experienced is, becoming clear in spirit. You release all the junk and debris of physical life. You become this vessel for this amazing energy called love. Seriously. And love is nothing like what we think it is. Love is such a subtle but powerful force. And there are days when I literally walk around and I'm thinking to myself, I need to go to a tree and just hold the tree because the love is just flowing and I can feel it. And because of that love, I ended up becoming a certified spiritual healer. So I am a transmuter of energy. And I didn't know I was doing this until people started telling me. People would sit down next to me and they would say things like, gosh, you got a lot of energy. Or I would hang around spiritual people and they would say, you do realize you're transmuting, right? So it led me into a place of healing. So I have actually expanded into my purpose even more by helping people heal through love. And a lot of it is transmuting. A lot of it is also touching. A lot of it is just energy and sharing that with people. And I'm growing in that way. So that's one of the things that happen beyond the symptoms. And we're going to talk about how you get to these places in other videos, because I think what's part of the struggle for many people is that there are things that you really have to do. And whatever your purpose is, there are things you really have to do to help strengthen your spirit and bring it into its full light. And if you're not doing these things, you're always going to have these struggles. So we're going to talk about that in other videos. One of the other things that I started doing is slowly but surely leaving secular America. I don't belong there. I tried it. I really did. And a lot of nice people are in secular America. But I cannot go to work every day trying to shift people into their spaces. And it was fun learning how to do that, learning how to take an environment that was really stressful, had a lot of control, and just calmly sit in it and push this energy gently out to everyone. So everyone is calm, everyone's collaborative, and everyone is feeling good about coming to work. I was doing that on a regular basis. And my last job was great. I met a bunch of amazing women and we're also friends. After that particular job, I decided I need to work at home and I need to do the things that I love. One of the things that also happened to me is that I realized that I was talking to my friends about certain things that had been coming to me. Now, I'm really empathic, meaning I'm really wide open to spirit. I mean, I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm in sync with the universe. Bring it on. That is where I am in my life. However, I was getting this information, talking out the side of my head, not really realizing there was an actual science I was talking about, and that was metaphysics. And so I'm in the process right now of actually becoming a practitioner and a metaphysician. There are amazing concepts that I think that would help people and take them to the next level of the spiritual journey. It's amazing. Now for the personal life. I think this has to be, this is where I'm going to try and not start giggling. I think this has to be probably the best part of the spiritual awakening. I cannot emphasize this as much as I can. That when you start to do the work of clearing your spirit, and you start to work with the energy that is all around you, when you start to bring love into your life, and you start to release things, or they are removed from you, there is this peace that I can't explain, that I feel in here. Peace, causeless joy. In other words, I'm giggling sometimes for absolutely no reason. Causeless happiness, love. You know, we look for all these things on the outside, but they're actually inside of us. And we just need to start clearing all of that stuff that we piled onto our souls, that we put into our spirits, living a major physical life. Once we start pulling all that stuff apart, all of that amazing stuff starts to showing up from inside of us. So when I say I have absolutely no drama in my life, I don't. And another thing that I absolutely do not do is create karma. This lifetime, done with it. Not playing. If you're bringing karma to me, turn around, go the other way. I just don't have time to undo work with people who aren't doing their work. So my thing is, no karma, no drama. Or no drama, no karma. And that's how I keep my life today. And that is really important for someone, especially that's doing spiritual work. You really have to stay clear. You really have to stay like that vessel cannot be contaminated by anything. And it doesn't mean that life is perfect. I mean, I still have problems. I still have people doing weird stuff. But I just don't internalize it. It's not my journey. It's theirs. I'm here to work with everyone, but you got to own your journey. You got to own that spiritual development. No one's going to do it for you. And the multidimensional life. That is amazing. So the world that we live in, that we all have been involved in for all our lifetime, is a third dimensional life. It's a life in duality. Basically, it's a life of good, bad, up, down, left, right, wrong. That's what it is. And we are learning how to navigate through that dimensional world into higher ones. So I live on all three, and it's really weird because when I go visit the third dimension, it's like, oh, no, I want to go back to the fourth floor. Thank you very much. It's such a different mental and conscious way of living. So I feel like the world that I live in most of the time is very loving, very warm. My friends are amazing. I am at peace. And then when I visit the third dimension, I see all these things happening, like politics. And, you see all that stuff, but I don't feel like I'm really a part of that anymore. I'm more concerned about what it is I need to do to spiritually grow and to also help people along the way. Service to others is a very big part of my life. And it's not just volunteering, it's actually doing the work of helping people to consciously awaken. So what is my message to you? My message is to encourage you to embrace every single one of those symptoms. All of them. You need to go through all of them. Okay? I have a friend and we get into this little debate every once in a while, and she says, that the spiritual awakening is really not what it's cracked up to be. I'm here to tell you, it's what it's cracked up to be. Okay? Yes, it might be very difficult for some of you, and it might be easier for some. However, the key to getting through the symptoms is to spend as much time meditating. And I know that sounds crazy, but I look back and I realize I needed to get my meditation practice more into gear there. Because as you start to meditate and you start to clear your mind and allow the stillness to work within you, those symptoms, you go through them even faster. The physiological ones, actually. Okay? You're still going to get into some deeper issues probably that you may not even realize you have past the physiological symptoms. But because you've been meditating, you become open. Okay? So you get through them faster. It's almost like, oh, I had a problem yesterday. Here's a solution. And we're going to talk about ways to meditate metaphysically that will actually help you get to those places even faster. Another thing you have to also remember is that you may very well be a catalyst. So as you progress in your spiritual awakening and you release people or people start shifting away from you, recognize that you're not losing them and they're not losing you. If you don't move, they don't move. Because what? This whole world, this whole universe runs on oneness. So everybody is part of this. So when you shift, guess what? They're going to shift too. Oh my goodness, guys, you've got to embrace the spiritual personality. It's just amazing. There's so many days that I walk around and I don't feel human. I feel like a little spirit with hair. I really do. And I honestly, when I deal with people, I don't deal with them on the human level anymore. I see them as spirits. And that's really helped me develop compassion, because I realize that everybody is going through this journey, and they're going through it at different paces, different rates, at different levels of consciousness, and that's just what it is. There is absolutely no reason to judge a person, to be mean to a person, to side-eye them. You might want to, but you got to remember that that person is you on another level of consciousness. So just remember that you're going to be a catalyst through this entire process. I can't say this enough, and my wishes for everyone that's going through this process, the amazing moment when you discover your divine guidance, when you hear it from within, when you know that you are connected, when you don't feel like you're swaying back and forth, when you try to go that way and your spirit goes, oh, and it goes, I cannot wait for you guys to feel it. It is so amazing. And if you think about it, when you're living in your soul, do you really have to make any more mistakes? Looking back at your life, when you get to that point, you probably won't, because you know exactly what you need to do for your spirit. Embrace the fact that you are one with everything. You are stardust. Those amazing planets that's floating around out there, you're part of that. You're also part of this amazing thing that's happening in the universe called dark energy, and it is expanding, okay? I don't know if we're doing it to the energy or the energy is doing it to us, but something is happening in the cosmos, and this is why so many people are awakening. And I want to talk in the next couple of videos about what happened in 2016, because that was pretty remarkable, and a lot of us knew that it was going to happen, but it was pretty deep. So just remember, there's a lot of things happening at one time. You are part of it. Run with it, flow with it. I will be here. There are a lot of things that's just going to change in your lives. Just embrace this amazing opportunity and the amazing time that we live in. And see, I didn't giggle through the entire video except for now. But it's so amazing, guys. And I just can't impress on you enough just to go with the flow. So until the next time, my new little mantra is live in awareness, live in spirit, and live in love, because that is the divine life. See you guys next time. Bye.